Hey, this is Automat live coding, and since last stream we are working on a new menu subsystem. I did fix some minor infrastructure issues, let's call them. So now when I right click on the assembler, we are getting this large black circle. And it's going to become our menu soon. There are many ways to do radial menu. I'm not sure if I have any, let me see, samples. So design is the protoplast for Automat. It's an app that I made over 10 years ago, and it had a nice radial menu, but I think we can do better now. So the menu in design looked like most radial menus. Let's look at references. So the one in design looked something like that. The behavior was very unique because it was a touch menu, so it was optimized for speed of activation. A press would open the menu, and the menu was the default action in the interface. So everywhere you pressed, it would open a menu. Like menus were everywhere. And then moving the finger to the edge of some option would activate the option. If you stopped the finger before activation, you could see the name of the option and the help information. And just releasing the finger would cancel the action. One issue that I observed in users using this menu was that they often touched the screen and they heard the audio feedback, they saw some animation starting, with the menu opening, but they were not aware that you have to actually move your finger around to activate an option. To help with that, I was trying to come up with different ideas for how the menu could work. So one of the ideas was to use leaves to show a menu as a plant. See if I have some of my generations here. Create. Yeah. So I did some kind of prompting on Civit AI to gather references. The idea here is that we would have a plant, let's say, looking like, maybe like this one here. And by moving your finger, you would cause the plant to branch out in some specific direction. We have some utilities for doing this kind of animation, so it would be doable. But and it also would have this nice idea that if I quickly press the right mouse button and the menu opens and doesn't immediately close, it stays open, then I could grab the leaves and literally pick the leaves and turn them into separate objects that then I could activate whenever I want. So that was another nice idea. But then another came up, and the another idea was that we could have a bubble menu. Bubble is naturally, spherical, and it's something that you can pop by touching its surface. So this is what we will try to do. We'll try to create a bubble where when you press the right mouse button, the bubble would kind of appear around the mouse, and then you would be able to go into some direction to activate some option of the bubble. And I did took a look at shaders. There is a nice example. Let's look for soap bubbles. Okay, so this is a physically based soap bubble. I took a look at all of the code for all of them, and this one, it uses some crazy accurate simulation for the light, but we don't need crazy accurate light simulation. We can actually do it differently, in a much more efficient way, and also maybe even better looking. But this is a decent bubble. It doesn't behave as nicely when I change to a different environment. Like in this environment, the bubble looks... It's clearly still a bubble, but there is something not quite right about it now. Yeah. Anyway, I think the general structure of the code is something that we could learn from here. So instead of using 6 spheres, we would use 1 sphere. That would get rid of some of the artifacts and make it faster, much faster. And then we would skip this whole spectra transforms. We really don't need this. You can create a good colorful gradient without any of those. And there was a whole article about properly simulating the light refraction. I mean the rainbow effect. There is some math about the light transmission, let's say, of the bubble at different wavelengths, depending on the thickness of the film of the bubble. So this is a very thick bubble, this is a very thin one. Nice. So this is probably a proper render, like a ray traced render using those formulas here. A lot depends on the environment. And this is why I'm actually a little bit hesitant, because on a white background the bubble is going to be barely visible. Is there a brighter? You can see it only reflects the surrounding light. Anyway, so let's make a shader. assets. Let's create this is going to be our shader. Some of this stuff. Okay, our shader needs some kind of environment texture. This is going to be the basically environment variable. It has two coordinates, x and y, that shows left and top directions. I don't think we need the resolution of the environment here. Okay, we could use a nice hash function. Yeah, that will be useful. Okay, time. We are going to need time because the bubble should animate, but our hash function, it's not going to look like that. Okay, a bubble is going to have a center coordinate. So this is a local chord. We can even call this center chord to make it similar to this. I just want to print some debug information now. So okay, very basic shader. We are actually using only two coordinates, center chord and radius. Maybe let's call this I hope this will compile. Let's go back to our menu object. Okay, I will compile this just so that we re-embed static files. This will make it possible for us to use this. We are not going to use that. I'm going to use create it like that. Uniforms.